So what is going on, guys? So you guys probably clicked on this video because you're learning how to get a bigger, wider back, right? You want to be able to fill up those shirts, right? You want to get that sought after V taper. And look no further, guys. I am telling you, you landed on the right video. I'm going to put you guys on so much game. You have no idea how much game I'm going to put you guys on that even Rebel is going to hate me for this, guys, because of the wings that I'm going to give you guys with these tips. So I want you guys to understand the importance of building your back. It's not just about the exercises, but the angles, and then as well as your range of movement, and then the different grips, right? So you need to understand that in order to build an impressive wide back, you need to understand all these different strategies that I'm going to be sharing with you guys, right? And the number one thing is going to be going with wider grips and then narrow grips. They're going to target different areas of your back muscles. And as you guys understand that if you go with the wider grip, you're gonna, basically the best way to remember it, wider grip, wider lats, right? So that's what I kind of like to do. I like to start off with wide grips, and then I start working towards the center, right? So that narrow grip. And then another thing that you guys need to start off with is gonna be your mass building exercises. And I like to start off pretty much with barbell rows, right? I like to do both, right? Overhand and then overhand grips. I just kind of like to get that variation in there, but this is pretty much, what has given me the most width, the most, back gains. Impressive, right? And these are, even you look at Dorian Yates, right? I like to call them the Dorian Yates rows, right? These are these gonna be your money makers, right? This should be where you should be spending the most amount of your energy on because you're gonna be relatively using heavier weight. And then I really just like to get that, that range of motion, get that nice stretch at the bottom, and then drive with the elbows, right? I'm driving with the elbows back, right? I'm not using, right, my traps, or I'm not, pulling with my biceps, right? I'm really focusing on engaging those lats and then driving with those elbows, right? So, barbell rows are going to be your money makers. And then you want to move on to dumbbells, right? You can do them, on a flat bench. You can do your dumbbell rows where you're envisioning, like you're trying to kickstart a lawnmower, or you're trying to reach for that dollar in your pocket, or put a dollar in your pocket, right? That's where you're kind of envisioning, right? Get that, and I can't stress this enough, guys. That stretch, right? That deep stretch, and then pulling, right? Not using momentum. A lot of you guys tend to throw heavy weight around, but you're doing this, right? You're really just getting momentum going in there, and momentum is doing all the work, and you're engaging and recruiting all these other muscles rather than the muscle that you're trying to isolate. And if you really want to build an impressive back, then you need to put the ego away. Put it to the side, guys. Check it at the door, and then just focus on the form and then that range of motion. So then, pretty much, the best thing that I can also tell you guys is cables, right? When it comes to cables, I like to finish off with cables at the end. So I like to start off with barbells, dumbbells, and then cables in the end. Cables to me are kind of like I'm taking like a fine brush, like a fine thin, brush, and I'm just kind of giving the details, right? Just carving out the nice details, detail work oriented. And with the cables, I like to go with the wide grip lat pull down. The wide grip lat pull downs are really gonna help you, just gonna engage those lats. And again, guys, do not use momentum, right? I see a lot of you guys kind of jerking, trying to get those, get that weight. But just focusing on, that time under tension is key for optimal muscle growth. And then another thing is moving over from the wide. You can go, you know, underhand, or you can also just go with, the V bar handle attachment. That V bar, bro, I'm telling you, is really gonna focus on that inner back lower muscles. And one thing I'll tell you guys with that is, if you start bringing it all the way down, then you're really gonna start recruiting your biceps and more forearms just to get that. So you don't have to go all the way down. Get that tension until you start feeling that it starts, leaving your back muscles, and now you're engaging other muscles. Bring it there, and then get that full stretch, get that full range of motion. That's where you're really gonna notice, just the gain starting to come in, bro. Freaking, from a wider back to that cobra back, that V taper that everybody wants. Like me, I'm not naturally gifted, with a small waist, but I'm starting to create that illusion that I have a small waist by building a wider back, right? So I'll hit you guys pretty much with, this is kind of where we're at right now. And then, I think by the end of this year, we are going to get that really nice, impressive, I just know for a fact, that if I continue doing what I'm telling you guys and what I'm preaching on, that you are gonna get tremendous results. Because I've been noticing them. I didn't even have lats, bro, and now I got some wings growing, and I'll even show you guys the back just so you guys can reference a year from now. This is pretty much where we're at. So, this has been happening for me in the last like 6 months, bro. Right. And now we got pretty much this whole year, 2025, to put on as much muscle as we can. And just to kind of see by the end of the year, and you guys can see that progress update that I'm not just, telling you guys BS, that what I'm preaching actually works, because I'm noticing it. But yeah, I think the nice thing is, once you start building that wider back, even your shirts and everything, it just starts fitting right, right? It's going to accentuate your physique. It just tapers in right. This is why you call it the V taper. It just, everything looks nice. It flows nice, and it's a good feeling when you start getting that back pump and you actually start engaging it rather than recruiting other muscles. And then yeah, man, your back muscles, man, I'm telling you, they go a really long way in enhancing your physique and taking your physique to the next level. So comment down below, guys. If you got any value, make sure that you guys like, and then also comment down below, guys. I'm always curious to know what other exercises are out there, because I'm always trying all kinds of different exercises. I like to change up my routine, so you guys can share with me your guys' favorite, back workouts or exercises. And maybe if it's different, I'll still give it a try, guys. I'm always open. So again, I think comment down below, guys. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next bit. Boom.